Lads, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. Today is all about SAEDs, my favourite thing about Charge Blade. And this game, as I mentioned before in my previous video with that build, it's taken a hit basically, and I've really tried to get my head around what I can do in terms of the most damage with SAEDs. Physical phials, by the way, not element, so don't get at me with your element builds and your element damage. But today we're going to look at SAEDs, see if I can maximize the most I can do with my build setup, and just go from there and explain to you a couple of things in which I've sort of figured out. So the actual weapon I'm using, of course, is going to be the chrono gear, the Artian weapon, and this is the actual build itself. Before I go into that, let me just quickly show you my rolls. It's not perfect, it's almost perfect. Obviously 3 attacks on the top, and then 3 attacks, 1 element, 1 sharpness. Now, if I was going to show you the absolute highest damage you can do, it would be 5 attack on the bottom right, but I'm not sure if that's even possible, and 2, I'm not sitting here rolling all day for it. Of course, the element 50 as well could also be changed to attack. I do not have that, so if you happen to have 5 attack or 4 attack and a sharpness, your damage will be slightly higher than mine, of course. So, but for instance, this is what I'm getting. This is the numbers which I'm showing, and now I can explain to you the build. Yeah, so the build itself, we are going all around New Idra. The reason why we're doing that is because of the set bonus skill Bad Blood 2. I'm going to explain that real quickly. As you can see here, deal additional damage while the resentment skill is active. This build is all about resentment. I've tried to do 2-piece Idra and 2-piece Ebony Odegaron. It doesn't work as good as this. I've tested it. It does a bit more damage via having the resentment Bad Blood active. So that's why I've gone for that. The actual build itself, feel free to copy and paste this, and feel free to copy and paste these jewels. I'm not going to spend too much. Don't want to waste time here. But here are the actual skills as well, so you can see those. Attack boost free, offensive guard free, artillery free. These are the 3 skills which are going to enhance, and they are actually from the weapon itself. I'm going to explain to you what I would tweak to make it more viable. So just for the showcase of the video, I'm using those 3 particular attack gems. I would actually, personally, if I was going to do big damage, I would take away the attack jewel, which I'm going to show you in a second, and replace it with load shells. But for this video's sake, let's look into it and let's see how much damage we can get with this first, because all 3 of those jewels scale the phial damage. Right, to get the resentment skill active in the training dummy, we have to go on here. We have to go to training settings. We have to change this to throw. So he's throwing something at me, obviously, and change this recovery to this. This allows me to actually have my health as normal, as if I was in a hunt. Yeah? Right. The reason why I say use load shells is because it is so long to charge this without load shells. So I'm just going to quickly load this up. As you can tell, it takes so long. I've still got to charge my shield. This is just not viable, by the way. This is why I wouldn't recommend this. But it does get absolute damage. So there you go. My resentment's active now, by the way, just to let you know. Oh, no, it's not. It's been deprocced. There you go. Now it's been reprocced. And now we're going to go bang, offensive guard. And the damage is 129. As you saw, it was 125 for all of the phials, apart from 2 of them, which were 129. The reason that is because burst doesn't proc until the last 4 and 5 phials. So I'm going to show you again when I have all my phials fully charged, just to make sure you guys can see that number. And we're going to tweak the build, and we're going to show you something a bit more viable, yeah? So do this. Bash, offensive guard, burst, unactive, right at the end, active, 129. So 125, 123 roughly per phial, plus the last 2 with burst being active, 129. That is the highest I can get on this training W right now, because I can't activate the other skills, such as Agitator, Counter-Strike. Now, to make this more viable, what I would suggest, please do this if you are going to copy this build. This is the exact same build, by the way, what I've just showed you, but just with load shells instead of attack. It is just worth it. You will get more SAEDs off quickly because of the whole situation with the phials charging. So I'm going to show you now and show you the damage you can get with this with just a skill. There isn't much change, but look, I'm already on this charge, and I'm already. Oh, hang on, charge that. Pressing the wrong button, obviously, because I'm recording. I made mistakes, of course. Right, cool. This is roughly. Here we go. Defensive guard. As you saw, 127 was the last 2 phials, but it's roughly 123, 120-ish per other phial. So that's literally 2 raw damage decrease per phial by just by using load shells. So it's just worth using load shells. Let's do it one more time just to show you the damage one more time. 127, but the rest were 122. So really, just go for the load shells, yeah? If you want some more comfort in the build, there's one more thing I would do, and to be honest, it feels so much better. I would recommend changing. There's 1 or 2 things you want to do. It depends on how you play, yeah? It's up to you. You can change the artillery, which means your artilleries will do 11 more phial damage, more than offensive guard if you choose to over offensive guard with your phial damage. But if you are someone who likes to use Savage Axe a bit more, blah blah blah, even though this build is all about SAED, then change the artillery. But I think the most common procedure, which most people will do, will be get rid of artillery and go for where is it? Give me a second. Obviously, of course, I can never find the stuff I need to find, and I always get what's called Rapid Morph, yeah? Doesn't matter what it is. I've got Rapid Morph Handicraft, which is absolutely perfect. This leads with this. Basically, Rapid Morph is changed for artillery, and this is the damage change. I'm also going to show you the damage change with artillery with offensive guard, just to prove to you, yeah? Rapid Morph means it's going to be so much nicer with your SAEDs coming out much more quickly. Here we go then. There you go, 101. As you can see, it's quite a big chunk missing. Yeah, I don't think resentment was active there. Let me just swap resentment and just double check to make sure. I'm pretty sure resentment wasn't active. Right, it will be now. Cool. Right, let's just double check. Let's guard. It's so much nicer to get the SCDs out. And yeah, look, 84, 20. That it feels nicer, but the damage is a lot less, yeah? And just one more tweak here. Let's double check it. I'm just going to change the build real quickly again. So the same thing as what we had before from the first build, but we're changing this time, keeping artillery, and we're keeping the we're changing the offensive duel for Jesus Christ, I can't pronounce. I keep forgetting what it's called. When I find it, I know what it's called. Jesus Christ, Rapid Morph, that's it. Rapid Morph. Let's just see the damage so you're just fully aware of all the damage and all that stuff, yeah? I like to make sure I'm showing. This is probably the most comfortable one. Oh, sorry, the one before was the most comfortable one. Have to get my shield up. Oh, there we go, right. Resentment's active, lovely. And now we can just go bang. Artillery. There we go, 112 that was. So this is kind of like the middle ground build. But of course, if you feel like it's better to use offensive guard, then feel free to use it. But artillery does do more damage. I've just proved it to you. Let's just do one more time. Yeah, that's literally the 3 things I would do. So 129 was the highest I can get on Raw. I'm now going to put you through to a couple of smacks on the monsters with this build, just so I'm fully aware. And I'm telling you, because we've gone through a couple of skill changes. We're going to be doing this one. This one has artillery and defensive guard and load shells. This is kind of like a lot of damage, but also keeping the load shells. This is really nice, and this is what I'm going to show you right now with a couple of hits. Not actual fights of monsters, just really juicy hits of what I could achieve with this particular build. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the demonstration and you actually tried this build out, because I think it's pretty fun, to be fair. But without further ado, guys, I'll see you in the next one.